Welcome back to True Crime TV Exposed, the channel where we go deep into the real-life dramas of your favorite reality stars. If you've been a fan of 90 Day Fiancé, you know the names Angela Deem and Michael Ilisamy. Their roller coaster relationship has been on TLC for years, full of fights, reconciliations, and the long pursuit of that elusive K-1 visa. But what we are uncovering today goes beyond reality TV. It's the shocking story of betrayal, money, and secrets that left Angela Deem with nothing. Michael Ilisamy cunningly stole $850,000 from Angela and fled with another woman. For the past 3 years, he had been living a double life in a secret relationship with Amy, a Canadian woman. Eventually, he divorced Angela and married Amy. This isn't just gossip. Court filings, insider accounts, and exclusive leaks in 2025 have pieced together this unbelievable story. To understand it, we have to go back to where it all began. Angela Deem, a tough grandmother from Hazelhurst, Georgia, appeared on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days in 2018. At 52, she was bold, outspoken, and funny. She worked as a nursing assistant and raised her grandchildren, all while searching for love online. Enter Michael, a 30-year-old Nigerian man. He charmed her instantly. On Facebook, he called her my queen, showered her with compliments, and promised eternal love. Angela fell hard. She flew to Nigeria multiple times, navigating culture clashes and family disapproval. Who could forget the infamous cake-smashing fight that went viral? Their age gap and differences made them one of the most talked-about couples on the show. But from the start, there were warning signs. Angela sent Michael thousands of dollars for visa fees and emergencies. Friends now say it looks like the beginning of a long con. By 2020, the two married in Nigeria. Angela poured her heart and wallet into the marriage, spending nearly $100,000 on legal costs, trips, and financial support. Finally, in late 2023, Michael's spousal visa was approved, and he came to the U.S. Their lives were featured on 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after. Angela bought them a modest home in Georgia, and together they discussed starting a food truck selling Nigerian-American fusion. On the surface, it looked like a dream come true. But behind the scenes, cracks were widening. Fans noticed Michael's phone was always glued to his hand. Angela accused him of cheating multiple times. Their fights turned explosive. She ripped up his passport in anger, smashed his phone, and even hired a private investigator who claimed Michael had online flings. Michael denied everything, saying scammers were using his photos. Production insiders later revealed that during filming breaks, Michael would vanish for hours with excuses about errands. Angela confided to castmates like Big Ed that she feared he was more invested in her bank account than in her heart. Financially, Angela was carrying the relationship. Her TLC salary, social media endorsements, and regular work as a nursing assistant made her the breadwinner. Michael raised some money through a GoFundMe campaign that brought in $50,000, but whispers grew about where that money went. Angela later admitted in a 2024 interview that she co-signed car loans and credit cards for him. Then came the turning point. In early 2024, Angela and Michael decided to sell Angela's family home. The house, inherited from her late mother, sold in June 2024 for $425,000. Angela also had $425,000 saved from her TLC appearances and merchandise sales. Together, the total was $850,000, and she placed it all in their joint account. Angela trusted Michael completely. She told friends, "He's my husband. We're building a future together." But Michael had other plans. What Angela didn't know was that he had been seeing Amy Thompson, a 35-year-old marketing executive from Toronto, Canada. Their secret romance began in 2021, during the pandemic, through a dating app called International Hearts. Michael claimed he was trapped in an abusive sponsorship with Angela, telling Amy she was just a means to an end. Messages leaked in 2025 show him writing to Amy, "My heart is with you, not her." Amy believed him. At first, she sent small amounts of money, then larger sums. By 2022, their relationship turned physical. On a visa trip, Michael detoured to Canada and met Amy in Toronto. They spent a week together. Amy, adventurous and naive, fell hard. In 2023, she even visited Nigeria under the guise of being his business partner. Michael convinced Amy that Angela was the villain. He painted himself as trapped in a fake marriage for TV. Amy thought she was saving him. Meanwhile, as his U.S. visa was approved, he promised Amy he would leave Angela soon. Together, they planned their escape. Michael began siphoning money from the joint account in small amounts, $5,000 here, $10,000 there, under the excuse of business expenses. Angela never suspected anything serious, though she once confronted him about a contact named Amy in his phone. Michael brushed it off, saying she was a cousin. Fans watching the show dismissed Angela's jealousy as paranoia, but it was the first public clue. By July 2024, right after Angela sold her family home, the full $850,000 was in their joint account. Angela planned to use it for a new home and their food truck business. Michael saw it as his chance. He moved quickly, wiring $200,000 to a Nigerian account under his brother's name. He claimed it was for land. Angela, trusting him, agreed. But secretly, he opened an offshore account in the Cayman Islands. Over 2 weeks, he transferred the rest, $650,000, in smaller amounts to avoid detection. With Amy's help, he used a shell company in Canada called North Star Ventures to disguise the funds as investments. On August 15th, 2024, Michael vanished. Angela woke up to an empty bed, his clothes gone, and a note that read, "I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore." She checked the joint account. It was empty. She panicked, called the bank, and realized every dollar was gone. Police reports filed that day described Angela's devastation. She cried, "He took everything. My life savings, the house money, all of it." Investigators traced funds to Canada, but by then Michael had fled. Amy drove to the U.S.-Canada border at Niagara Falls, picked him up in a rental car, and together they crossed with his Nigerian passport and her Canadian ID. Border cameras captured them laughing as they drove away, unaware of the storm awaiting them. Angela was left heartbroken. In a tearful TikTok live on August 20th, 2024, she shared the news with her fans. Her voice shook as she explained how she lost not only her husband, but also her future. The dream of a home, a business, and a marriage was shattered. Michael scammed me. He stole my money and ran off with some Canadian woman named Amy. I gave him everything, and this is how he repaid me. Fans were shocked. Social media exploded with hashtags like Justice for Angela and Michael the Scammer. TLC issued a statement saying, "We are saddened by these developments and support Angela during this difficult time." But Michael did not stay silent. From an undisclosed location in Canada, he posted on Instagram, "The truth will come out. Angela was abusive. I had to leave for my safety." He denied the theft and claimed the money was his rightful share of the marriage. The drama turned into legal battles. Angela filed for divorce in September 2024, accusing Michael of fraud and theft. In January 2025, court documents were unsealed and revealed damaging evidence, screenshots of Michael's affair texts with Amy, bank records showing large transfers, and statements from neighbors who saw him secretly packing his bags before fleeing. The FBI became involved because of the international wire fraud, and Interpol issued a red notice for Michael. But Canada, known for strict extradition rules, stalled. Amy's family, wealthy and powerful elites in Toronto, hired top lawyers to protect them. Angela's life spiraled downward. She lost her home, relied on GoFundMe donations from fans, and battled depression. In a 2025 People magazine interview, she said, "I trusted him with my heart and my wallet. Now both are empty." By February 2025, her divorce was finalized. A Georgia judge ruled in Angela's favor, annulling the marriage on grounds of fraud. Michael was ordered to repay the $850,000, but with the money hidden overseas, enforcement was nearly impossible. Meanwhile, Michael remained in Canada, where he filed for asylum, claiming persecution from Angela's abuse. Shockingly, the courts gave him temporary residency. Then came the ultimate insult. On April 15th, 2025, Michael married Amy in a quiet Toronto ceremony. Photos leaked online showing Amy in a white gown and Michael in a tuxedo, smiling as if they had nothing to hide. Amy changed her social media bio to Mrs. Ilasami Happily Ever After. Insiders revealed that they were living lavishly in a downtown Toronto condo funded by the stolen money. Michael even started a YouTube channel called My Side of the Story, where he monetized the scandal and quickly gained 500,000 subscribers. Amy quit her job and launched a blog about international love. Angela was furious. In a May 2025 podcast interview, she vowed, "I'll never stop fighting. He may have the money, but I have the truth." Her story became more than personal. It turned into a cautionary tale. 90 Day Fiancé had seen scams before, like the infamous relationship between Mohammed and Danielle, but Michael's betrayal took things to a whole new level. Experts weighed in. Relationship coach Dr. Laura Berman said, "Age gap romances with financial disparities are red flags for exploitation." Financial advisor Susie Orman warned viewers, never add a spouse to joint accounts without safeguards. Fans were divided. Some sided with Michael, calling Angela toxic and saying he finally freed himself. Others rallied for Angela, starting petitions to extradite Michael and demanding justice. As of August 2025, the case was still ongoing. Michael teased big plans online, hinting at a book or even a movie. Rumors spread that Amy was pregnant, but she stayed silent. The story grew stranger when new reports surfaced that Michael was legally entitled to half of Angela's assets after winning a surprising court battle. Some outlets claimed he not only drained her bank accounts, but also won rights to additional property. Fans were stunned, and Angela was left insisting that she had no money left. Online communities buzzed with anger, while others mocked her, saying she got played by the very player she thought she could control. Angela and Michael's story, which began with romance and promises, turned into one of the messiest divorces in the franchise. Before their 2020 wedding in Nigeria, they had spent years in a long-distance relationship. By late 2023, Michael finally arrived in the U.S. after a long visa process, but their marriage unraveled quickly. Viewers saw constant fights during Happily Ever After, with Angela's temper and Michael's quiet resistance clashing on camera. Not long after settling in America, Michael ran away from Angela's house. He claimed he left because he was afraid for his life. Soon after, he filed for divorce and demanded spousal support. Angela initially sought an annulment, hoping to erase the marriage altogether and send Michael back to Nigeria. She accused him of conning her into the relationship. Michael, however, fought back, demanding not just a divorce but also spousal maintenance. His supporters rallied behind him online, even raising money through GoFundMe to fund his legal team. Court documents revealed shocking allegations. Michael claimed Angela had abused him, even tossing him during arguments. Angela admitted to owning a taser, but said she used it in self-defense, claiming she was the real victim. Financial revelations also surfaced. To everyone's surprise, Michael argued that he had sent Angela $200,000 during their relationship. Many viewers were stunned when Angela confirmed this in court, saying it was true. Fans continued to follow every twist, demanding updates on the ongoing legal battle. On TikTok live streams, Angela shared her frustrations, saying Michael had managed to legally secure half her assets. She admitted she now held her money only in cash because anything she put in the bank was at risk of being taken. Angela's claims spread quickly online. Instagram accounts like Celebrity Vulture and 90 Day News and memes shared her statements, though many pointed out there was still no official court confirmation. Still, Angela's words fueled rumors that Michael was set to gain half of her assets, sparking debates across the fanbase. TLC viewers largely sided with Michael, with some calling Angela abusive and even pushing petitions to have her removed from the franchise altogether. The reactions were intense. Some fans celebrated Michael's supposed victory, saying he deserved compensation after years of mistreatment. Others mocked Angela for losing money, saying karma had finally caught up with her. Viewers referenced her infamous behavior on the show, from slapping Michael with cake to constant verbal fights, saying she had it coming. Others pointed out her cosmetic surgeries, suggesting she may have used Michael's money to pay for them despite his disapproval. The legal battle between Angela and Michael became one of the most talked about sagas in 90 Day Fiancé history. With every leak, interview, and social media post, the story became murkier. Angela's confessions painted her as both victim and aggressor, while Michael's narrative framed him as a survivor of abuse who managed to escape and rebuild his life. Supporters on both sides dug in, and the truth seemed buried in layers of court filings and online rumors. By mid-2025, the case was still unresolved. Michael appeared to be winning both in court and in the court of public opinion, while Angela struggled with her finances and reputation. Some said Michael deserved a medal for surviving Angela's wrath, while others believed he had orchestrated one of the biggest scams in the show's history. Angela continued to speak out on social media, promising that justice would come eventually. The story of Angela Deem and Michael Ilisamy is no longer just reality TV drama. It is a saga of love, betrayal, money, and survival. Whether Michael is a victim or a villain, and whether Angela is a fighter or a fool, one thing is certain. Their story has captivated the world far beyond the TLC cameras. Fans now wait to see what happens next. From what I've heard, he paid her close to $200,000 during their time together. News: Angela Deem has no money because Michael drained her bank accounts. He took it all. Angie Dem's ex-boyfriend, Michael Ilisamy, is to blame for her financial ruin. The host of 90 Day Finance certainly thinks so. Last week, Angela said that Michael conned her out of all her money, leaving her with an empty bank account. The resident of Hasselhurst, Georgia, who is 58 years old, recently posted to TikTok with the heading, "Angela from 90 Day Fans faces court battle, bank account frozen in." Dramatic twist. A voiceover in the video announced, a court order has frozen the bank account of Angela D from 90 Day Finance. According to Angela, Michael disappeared with all of her money after she made an appearance on the video to explain what happened. "My darling, you need to quit being dishonest. Which checking account would you like me to use?" Telling her followers, he took it all. Angela implied that Michael had drained her bank account. "I do not currently have a bank account. I don't have any funds in my account," she said, her voice trailing off as she repeated, "Which bank account?" Those who follow Angela on TikTok and are fans of the contentious 90 Day Finance demonstrated their support for her. In the comments area, a supporter even went so far as to say, "Sue these people for defamation." Because of this, Angela made fun of Michael's latest GoFundMe page, which he set up to pay for his legal bills and which has already collected more than $52,000. To fund a defamation lawsuit against her detractors, Angela intimated that she would launch a crowdfunding platform as her fan had suggested. "My social media lawsuits require a GoFundMe campaign," Angela said. Nobody knows for sure if Angela is having financial problems or not. From what she posts on social media, it seems like she's not in the worst of financial situations and probably still has a job to start with. She is still financially able to get Botox and filler injections. Nearly a month ago, she made an appointment with New York's Dose Aesthetics. In the past few years, Angela has rad in cash by forming social media partnerships with companies like Boombot and Reginaf X. The grandmother of 6 has a background in nursing and hospice care, rose to prominence on reality TV, and now offers paid fan experiences on fan basis in addition to making paid appearances at events. Angela sought a marital annulment, and Michael responded by requesting a divorce. Michael requested maintenance for his wife and an equal distribution of their assets in his divorce petition. In addition, the Nigerian national asked Angela to reimburse his attorney's fees and costs of litigation incurred in this proceeding, even though he had already raised enough money on GoFundMe. The possibility that Angela may have to pay Michael a hefty sum in the midst of their legal dispute makes Angela's video seem like a clever move to conceal her wealth. Angela Deem's relevancy strategy is bothering me. The 90 Day Fiancé star Angela D is trying everything in her power to avoid being fired rumors, but I can't help but cringe at her frantic attempts to return to the franchise. With the help of her Nigerian boyfriend, Michael Ilisamy, Angela became a K1 documentarian. Despite Angela's best efforts, she was anything but the cheerful, kind woman she portrayed on television. So fans of the show were in for a rude awakening if they thought their May-December romance would be straightforward. For Angela, the age difference between Michael and herself was a major source of insecurity and jealousy. The prospect of further seasons of 90 Day Fiancés stopped Angela from breaking off her engagement. Even though she knew Michael would eventually leave her, I think Angela stayed with Michael despite his infidelity because she needed him to keep her reality TV career going. After appearing on shows like Trisha and Maury, Angela finally found the break that would propel her to stardom and financial success. 90 Day Fiancé. What Angela's circumstances improved if she hadn't been so argumentative. The plot between Angela and Michael might have been tedious as a result, but at least she would have been acknowledged. With the second season of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days, 2018, Angela made her debut. She continued to star in other 90 Day Fiancé shows after it ended, including the first 90 Day Fiancé. Even though Michael was never able to get his K-1 visa. Pillow Talk. 90 Day The Last Resort, 90 Day Diaries, 90 Day Bears, all 88 Strikes Back 90 Day Fiancé Love Games, and her most recent appearance 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. If you believe Angela's image, she was a cast member of Happily Ever After. From 2020 to 2024, 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After featured Angela for 4 consecutive seasons, seasons 5, 6, 7, and 8. In light of her background, she appeared to be a fan favorite even though she had a poor reputation among the audience. There have been multiple petitions calling for Angela's removal from the show in recent years. Undoubtedly, she displayed persistently angry and violent behavior on screen, and this was captured on film. It was intolerable, according to Angela, to entertain as part of his divorce petition and criticism of her allegations of a phony marriage. Michael has even brought it up in court papers, which should come as no surprise that Angela has been let go has not been made public knowledge, but rumors have circulated. They began a few days before the season 8 debut of 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After, when Angela chose to cry on her TikTok live about Michael's disappearance. The backstory involving Angela and Michael has left fans guessing for years, and this verified 2 major points. Even though these huge narrative twists were supposed to be announced before the series premiere, Michael had already left her and was in America. Angela and Michael's absence from multiple episodes since the season opener was predictable. After weeks of her absence from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After season 8, speculations began about her dismissal. Around the time they did debut in episode 10, which was likely the first time a pair has been introduced so late in a season, Angela occurred to take the show's name off her Instagram bio. Even though Angela insisted she was fired, her actions toward Michael seemed to reveal otherwise. Michael barely made it out of her home over a year ago. Over the past 7 days, Angela has relentlessly criticized him on various social media platforms. According to Angela, Michael is to blame because he prevented her from starring in more shows. News about Michael and Angela's American home would have been devoured by fans. Angela would have insisted on a spin-off show about her and Michael's family life. Since he is no longer there, that will not occur. Numerous lucrative possibilities had passed Angela by, including her connection with Michael, which had been her main source of income. According to the media, Angela is a violent character. Real life is just like this. Disagreements have arisen with her closest friends on occasion, and she was once filmed getting physically violent in a hotel lobby with her friend Jennifer Dandro, when Angela's family declined to be witnesses at her wedding. Angela's friend Jojo Disney flew to Nigeria to be a witness. Since then, they have never spoken again. On the day that Angela had 5 surgeries, she was also there to support her.